line position regarding the treaty. With his incapacitation and the Republican Party still smarting over being excluded, the Senate never ratified the treaty. The United States never became a member of the League of Nations. Now, the weakness of the Versailles Treaty, coupled with the fatal weakness of the League of Nations, laid the groundwork for the troubles of the 1930s. The treaty was problematic on many fronts for many reasons. One nation that were created by the treaty was Czechoslovakia, a nation that forced two ethnic groups, the Czechs and the Slovaks, into an uncomfortable closeness. Now, the Kingdom of Yugoslavia came into existence, which largely inherited the territory stripped from the Habsburgs. And this territory was largely a sea of seething ethnic antagonisms. The appeal of democratic self-determination looked very good on paper, but during the peace treaty, during the peace negotiations, and afterwards, led to some very awkward situation and very awkward questions. An astute observation of the entire affair was made by Paul Johnson, who wrote that Britain and France were left with a league in a shape they did not want. The man who had first shaped it was disavowed by his own country. They got the worst of all possible worlds. American membership on the lines Lodge had proposed would have transformed it into a far more realistic organization in general. But in the particular case of Germany, it would have had the critical advantage. Lodge and its Republican internationalists believed that the treaty was unfair, especially to Germany, and that it would have to be revised sooner or later. In fact, the Covenant of the League of Nations provided for the contingency, and American presence in the League would have made it far more likely that during the 1920s, Germany would have secured by due process of international law those adjustments in the 1930s she sought by force and were granted by cowardice. And with that, we'll break. We'll break with this lecture, and we'll come back with our next lecture. And as always, hit like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you thought about this lecture. Particularly, let me know what you thought about the quote by Johnson. I think it's a very astute observation. It was perhaps the best observation of the war and the peace of Versailles. And as always, I'm Ted. I'll see you guys next time.